guys, welcome back to Throwing Dirt. So there hasn't been a whole lot going on lately. Really haven't been posting a whole lot of videos. I've been kind of saving money. Haven't been really working on the car a whole lot lately. But we're back on it. I'm going to pick up bearings for the motor and a new oil pump tomorrow morning. So I'm over here tonight to pull out a couple sets of the bearings out of the motor so we can make sure we get the right stuff. I want to make sure that none of them are under or oversized, so not having to deal with that. The oil pump's going to have to be ordered, so maybe in a week or so I'll get that. But hopefully the shop that I'm going to will have all the correct bearings I need, and I can go ahead and get the bearings swapped in the motor, get the motor set back in the car, and hopefully be ready for the oil pump to go in whenever that should come in. So there's quite a bit of stuff that has actually been going on. A few weeks ago, my buddy and I went and picked up 2 Masters built late model frames. His car was bent pretty bad, and we'd just been running it like it was. So what we want to do is turn both of those late model frames into modifieds, and that's something we'll be featuring on the channel as we go along with that. We don't have the frames here. They're out at my buddy's house right now. He's been tearing his car apart, getting everything that's salvageable off of it, and then we'll scrap what's left of that and bring in one of those frames to start cutting the front end off of it and putting a metric frame, tying in a metric frame to it. So that'll be a fun project for the winter. I'm also going to do one as well, since we picked up 2 of them, but mine's going to be a little while. I want to get this thing, the late model, sorted out and get it going where I'm not having to spend a ton of money on it every week. So hopefully maybe later this winter, or possibly next winter. I don't know. We'll see when we get to it. But that's that. I'll give you a little look at what his car looks like now. He's got the metric frame cut off of it. We're kind of getting it prepped and ready to go. We did some measuring. We initially thought this frame, which we refer to as a stub, we originally thought this was the actual part of it that was bent on the car, but it turns out all the measurements side to side, across, and everything else matches what GM says it's supposed to be. So we're going to reuse this stub. We're going to cut off all these old mounts for the upper A-arms. We're going to cut out these weight jack plates where the spring sits in. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of dark. But we're going to redo all that and get everything how we want it. We're going to try and build our own. So it'll be pretty neat. It'll be kind of fun. Neither of us have done anything like this before. So you can look forward to videos for that. And then here's what's left of it. The rest of the car anyway. What actually wound up being bent is this tube right here where my foot is. When he cut this bar, it sprang, I think he said like a ½ inch or an inch over to the side, as well as the other side. And then this top tube was also bent. I don't know, it'd probably be kind of hard to tell, but this bar that runs through here, which is this one that I just showed you, it's bent as well. So that's what we're planning on doing for him this winter. I'm gonna build our own custom car out of a Masters built late model. we don't think anything back here was actually bent on it, but this is what's left of the 40 car. So not 100% sure when we're going to start grafting this stub onto that late model, but should be fairly soon. His particular frame is a 2012 Masters built Smackdown, and then the other one we got was a 08 Masters built, and it came with an entire body. We can't use it for a modified, obviously, so I have a complete spare body for the late model now. Came with a pair of spindles and a few other little miscellaneous things. I haven't compared them to the spindles on this car yet, but I doubt they're the same. But I'll be able to use them in a pinch if I tear the front end up on the car and we're at the track. At least we'll have a spare spindle to put on it to get it back on the trailer or whatnot. So all right, well, I'll get this motor flipped over and get the pan off of it. It's already been off. I've just got a couple bolts holding it on. And I'll take a couple sets of bearings out and then head on down to the shop in the morning. Apologize in advance. I don't really have a really good place to put my GoPro. I still haven't picked up any tripods or anything, so and yes, as you can tell, I don't even know if you guys can see it, but I already had one apart. I had the number 3 main out and this rod out. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be kind of lazy about it. I'm gonna take the mains off, slide the bearings out, slide the new ones in, use a little plastic gauge, check my clearances, and everything looks good. Then we'll run it. Now, I'm not going to pull the heads or actually pull the pistons or anything out of the hole. I'm just going to kind of roll with it. Like I said, I already had this one off, so it's going to be a little, everything, I didn't really tighten it back up. Figured since I had that one out, it was going to come out a little easier. But There we go. I don't know if you can see that. Something went through it, but the other side was the same. It was had a groove in it. And some of you on Yellow Bullet might, I posted this picture in one of the threads before, so. The rod bearings look brand new. I don't really know that I need to take any more off. I'd like to do it one at a time, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I mean, I might have to just wind up taking the whole thing apart. Which ain't the end of the world, but I was trying to avoid it if I have to. Cylinder walls all look real nice. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to pull off for tonight. I'm going to go down, like I said, I'm going to run down to the parts store tomorrow. If, when I pull the rest of them out, if any of them are undersized or oversized, then I'll go back and order, you know, single set of whatever I need, if that should happen. I don't think that anything like that's going to happen, but we'll find out tomorrow, I guess. I appreciate you guys hanging out.